Hello, guys. Hello, Fernando. Hello, Nasrul, because I can see you here in our conference. If you want, you could just switch on the camera. If you don't want, it's also all right. So I would like to tell you hello. As you remember, my name is still Lada. Yes. Hey, it's glad to see you. So,
Morning.
what is the plan for today's cultural program? Today we are going to walk around the studying Airfield of my university, of Samara National Research University. And after the end of our small excursion, of our small tour, we will also be able to see the Samara Arena Stadium. But the most important and the most, awesome part it's of course Samara University Airfield. It's a real airfield where students have classes during the studying period. Yes, so that's it. So I think that other guys probably will join us probably later, or will have a look at, will watch us on YouTube. So maybe we should start. And first of all, we would like to show you just a short video when we will just take off from the ground and see the airfield from the sky. So let's see. Yes, so this is our airfield from the sky. As I mentioned before, it's a real airfield where our students have classes. So, and I would like to welcome you here at our cultural program at the studying airfield. Today is a really great day. It will be a unique online tour. We'll have an excursion to the training airfield of my university. So the training airfield is a small airfield in the Samara region, close to the city. Aircrafts of various types, as you can see now there on the video, there are some unique actual exhibits. They are based at the airfield. And also they are used for educational purposes by students and by staff of the university. Students, for instance, of aviation majors practice here with real models of aircraft, just to apply their knowledge each summer, and not only summer actually, also during the autumn period of time and so on. So students repair and start engines, perform maintenance, start gearbox, work with electrical equipment, and so on and so on. So moreover, real classes, as I mentioned before, they really take place here. Students come here, spend some time in the rooms for loading some theoretical materials, and then go out for practice on real aircraft. And actually, I would like to add that I also was a student of Institute of Aviation Techniques, and I also had classes there. And for instance, when I was a first year student, I spent at least 3 weeks at the airfield, and I was, my lecturer taught me what is the construction of aircraft, and so it was funny time actually. So yeah, we have classes there, we have practice, summer practice, and so on. So probably we will start our excursion, and hello, who just joined us. And also feel free to ask any questions. You can also, as we usually do it, write your questions in chat, and I will be pleased to answer all of them. So a little bit of history. The training airfield of Samara University was created in 1953. Yes, it's such an old one. And the training airfield has become the main department for the training of students. So the total number of units of educational equipment is 25 pieces. And here you can now see the picture of some of the aircrafts. Of course, most of them, they from the Soviet Union time, because probably the aviation of the USSR was one of the most powerful in the world, so yeah. And currently, airfield is used mainly by the Department of Operation of Aviation Engineering, and although some classes are conducted by other departments. The most popular in the educational processes is An-2 aircraft for first-year students, Mi-8 helicopter it's for second-year students. Yak 42 to 104 to 154, and so on. So this is our first exhibit. Probably you know what is the type. And actually, I have, guys, a question for you. Do you often pay attention to what type of aircraft you will fly? And maybe you know some Soviet types of aircraft. If so, you can just write in our chat, and we will see how much you know about Soviet aviation, probably. And if you know anything about Soviet types of aircraft, and if you often pay attention on what kind or what type of aircraft you will fly, just text in our chat. So thank you. So this is An-14. It's also well known as B. It's like a nickname of this aircraft. In Russian, it's Pcholka. In English, it's B. It serves as an educational tool at the airfield where students conduct laboratory works. It was designed for the carriage of passengers, mail, and cargo. It has shortened takeoff capacity, only around 80 meters probably runway is needed. And it was used for transportation high-ranking people from one point to another, from a point A to point B. And I would like to ask my technical director to open the chat, because I see the message there. Thank you. Sukhoi. Oh, Nasrul just texted Sukhoi. Yes, we have Sukhoi, but it's modern one. It's like Russian, not Soviet. But yes, we have Sukhoi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. So yes, that's it. This is our first exhibit. And of course, you can see that the conditions of aircrafts, it's not that good, probably because of the age. Because some of the aircrafts, they are more than 40 years old, or maybe 50 years old. So they're standing there for many times, for many years actually. So please don't judge the conditions of our aircrafts or helicopters and so on. So you can see that this is just a small aircraft with two blade engines, right? Yes, that's it. And if you, for instance, if you would come there, you can go inside each aircraft and see what is inside the aircraft actually. That's it. So the next one, it's An-2. Probably you've heard something about this popular aircraft. It's An-2 aircraft. It's cargo aircraft, biplane. It was designed in the middle of 40s. Of 20th century, and it has been produced to this day for more than 60 years. So 60 years of exploitation and for production. That's a lot, I think. And Soviet mass-produced single-engine biplane, utility and agriculture aircraft designed. The legend of the world's aviation. It's a real legend, because it's still produced and it's still used in many countries, such as China, such as probably Canada or Russia, and so on. So the An-2, or in Russian is An-2. An-2 was produced up to 2001 and remains in service with military and civilian operators around the world. The number of crew is only around 1 or 2 people. There were various modifications of An-2 in the world, such as on ski chassis or An-2F for aerial photography, for instance. So it's used for different aims and so on. More than a dozen examples are on display at the airport. And here, now I will turn on the camera, and probably we will see that there is a huge row. It's a huge row of An-2 airplanes. And hello guys who just joined us. It's a pleasure to see you there. So, people often, here you can see that there is lots of An-2. People often call An-2 as kukuruznik. Kukuruznik, kukuruza in Russian, it's corn. Because it was used in agricultural, especially for corn fields, for agricultural purposes. So that's why here in Russia we often call it like corn aircraft, something like that. So yes, and actually there are lots of facts about An-2. An-2 has been added to the Guinness Book of Records for a long service life of more than 65 years, for more than 65 years. And as the largest biplane in the world with one engine and the most massive multi-purpose aircraft. So all in all, An-2 is a true masterpiece that was created by Soviet engineers of Antonov Construction Bureau. Probably it's obvious because you can find the An in the name of the aircraft. So it is still flying in some countries, yes? It's still flying, as I mentioned before, like Russia or China. So hello, our Chinese guys, because here aircraft are still flying in your countries. As I mentioned before, the conditions are a little bit bad one. You can see that the wings, we can just look through the wings because there are no materials. It's because of the age. They're standing there for more than probably 40 years. I think so, yes. And each student of maintenance department, they can fix, they can repair this aircraft. They have labs actually there. So yeah, that's it. And also I would like to add that this video was taken during the summer period because now Airfield is closed. It is closed because it's winter and everything is covered by snow and there is no chance to probably fix anything because it's cold outside and probably your arms will be freezed. So yeah, that's it. It's again An-2 aircraft. You can see that it has one engine, one blade engine. Yes, that's it. We will zoom a little bit. Also, you can see that close to the aircraft there was an upstairs. That's it. So I see your question, Asrul, and I think I will answer them a little bit later, because this is our next exhibit. It's Il-14M. It was created by Soviet engineers, like others aircrafts on our airfield. It's a passenger plane. On tail, probably you see the flag of the Soviet Union on the tail unit. Then. The livery on the cockpit says Airfield, because it's a national plane company of USSR and Russian Federation. And there you will see the man, he's just going. Actually, this man, he taught Yuri Gagarin, and he's still alive. So this man who just were walking, he was a teacher of Yuri Gagarin, the first cosmonaut, the first astronaut who launched the space. I think he probably around 90 years old or something like that, but he's still alive. That's great. So this is Il-14M. It has two piston engines on the right and on the left parts of the wing. And as you can see, wings of Il-14M, they are much larger. And in general, this aircraft is much larger than An-2 that we've seen before, yeah? And the maximum capacity of this aircraft is approximately, if I'm not mistaken, 36 passengers, something like that. So yes, that's it. This is Il-14M. It was constructed by Ilyushin Construction Bureau. It's another one because we have many construction bureaus such as Antonov, Sukhoi, yes, Ilyushin, Tupolev, and so on and so on. So yes, this is Il-14M. You can see it a little bit closer. And I will return to the question, is this plane still used for study or only display? They use for study. They use for study purposes because students have their labs. It's such like a practice for many students because they have theory classes on the airfield in the building, and they can go outside and just practice on real aircrafts. Because in general, this airfield was created especially for the maintenance department, for engineers, so they can use the knowledge how to fix, how to repair, how to maintain engines, for instance, or how to deal with electrical equipment inside the cockpit, so something like that. Thank you for your question. So this aircraft, it's Li-2. It's like a duplicate of American Douglas. It's a medium-range Soviet piston, cargo, passenger, and military transport aircraft of the Second World War period. And it was manufactured under license for the Douglas DC-3, the American aircraft. It was built in Soviet Union until probably 1953. Yes, until 1953. Maximum flight speed about 300 kilometers per hour, and it can fly at 5,600 meters maximum. In general, they were built around probably 5,000 aircraft, and one of these 5,000 aircraft still stands here in our airfield. This type of aircraft was extremely reliable and mastered and actually widespread. It was exported from the USSR, and Li-2 was decommissioned only in the mid-70s, only in the mid-1970s in the USSR. You can see that the construction is totally different from the previous one, from the Il-14M. Yes, you can see that the configuration of engines is another one. Yes, and you can see the gearboxes there are much larger. And the scheme of wings is totally different because their wings are like on the bottom of the fuselage, right? You can see it. So yes, this is another exhibit, Li-2. We can see it like on another angle. And actually, guys, I have a question for you. Are you interested in aviation or only in some kind of, I don't know, space, or you're also interested in aviation? Or do you probably know any facts, interesting facts in everything? Oh, that's great. Thank you, guys. So I'm really happy. So here you can see another row. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all your thumbs up. Thanks. So here we can see another row of legendary An-2. Yes, it's another An-2 planes. Anything that fly, including drones. Oh, thank you. As it was in the beginning of our program when we just took off from the ground and see the airfield from the drone. Yes, something like that. So this is another row of An-2. And probably you will ask me, why do we have so many An-2 aircrafts? And the answer is simple, because it was widespread during Soviet time, and many of old ones were discarded. And probably you will agree with me that it's more useful to use aircrafts here in the airfield instead of just lose legendary plane junkyard. Yes? And also there are many first-year students in summer who need to start engine in this model, on the An-2. So yes, that's the point. And also here you can see just helicopters, different helicopters like Mi-6, Mi-24, Mi-2, Mi-8, and others. We will also come closer to the helicopters, but a little bit later. First of all, we will see aircrafts, okay? I think you will not mind. Now we actually stand to a really unique exhibit. It's not okay, it's An-2, but now you can see An-2. But if you will have a look on the left side, you will see another aircraft. And actually, it's really unique. It's like a, I don't know, like a diamond of our airfield and the diamond in general of the whole aviation, the world aviation. Because it's supersonic. It's supersonic aircraft. As you know, in history, there were only two supersonic aircrafts. The French one, Concorde, and it was in exploitation until the middle of 2000s, and Soviet one, Tu-144 or Tu-144. So yes, this is a supersonic aircraft. It is still located there, and students have labs there. So it's a Soviet supersonic passenger aircraft developed by Tupolev Design Bureau in the 1960s. Along with Concorde, as I mentioned before, the French one, Tu-144 is the first of two supersonic airlines ever used by airlines for commercial flights. And Tu-144 is the first passenger airliner in history to break the sound barrier, because Concorde, it was developed a little bit later, like 3 months later than Tu-144. So the Soviet one was the first one, actually. So it happened, actually, the breaking the sound barrier happened on June 5 in 1969 at an altitude of 1,000 meters. And the next actually symbolic milestone is March 2. The plane crossed on May 25, 1970, flying at altitude of 16,300 meters at a speed of 2,000 kilometers per hour. And now we are just standing inside the Tu-144, and you could see that there are lots of desktops, and you can see many equipments, electrical equipments, and so on. Previously, you have seen 4 places for crew. Yes, there are 4 places: pilot, second pilot, navigator, and flight engineer. And we can see dashboard of pilots with different buttons, arms, equipment, and so on. It was the view from the cockpit. Yes, yes. And I just show on the video, I just show you that there are many systems, such as fuel system, buttons such as braking systems, navigation and aerobatic complex, I don't know, onboard power supply system, lightning equipment, and any other special buttons and arms, and so all ventilation systems, also controlled safety systems. And I see the comment: many analog and mechanical systems, digital system not yet arrived. Yes, sure, because it was like the end of 1960s, yes. So it was many years before, like 50 years ago, actually, yes. So now we are inside the salon, we're inside the fuselage, and you can see that the construction is totally similar to modern airplanes, right? We just see just the row of seats. Yes, we can see, yes, there are some like row on the floor. This is the WC room or kitchen. This is kitchen, yes. And yes, this is just the salon, just the fuselage. Previously there were seats, but now I think there is no use for having seats there, because there are some special things. So yes, that's it. And here just like black boxes, probably as we call it, yes, in the world, but actually the color of black boxes is orange one. Yes, but that's it. So this is actually take place in the tail unit of aircraft, and now we will be able to go to the wing. Yes, we will go out. I think we will go out. Yes, and you can see that the wing. Look, what is the size of the wing? It's totally different. If we will compare to the next one aircraft, it's a Tu-154M. You can see that the size, yes, it's totally different from the Tu-144M, because it's supersonic and it flies with the supersonic velocity, and supersonic velocity is more than 1,200 kilometers per hour. It's a lot, and you can see that it's totally different. It's larger. Yes, that's it. And I see the comment from Xipeng. I feel a little sad to see these planes being placed in the wilderness like this. This place should be placed in museums, parks, and schools, so that people can see these heroic planes at any time. And actually, this is not only studying airfield where students can practice. Sometimes if there is such a group of students of other faculties, for instance, I don't know, from linguistic faculty, just like imagine, they can also visit this airfield, so it's not like closed one. You just need to ask if we can go to the airfields, and I think that the team of Airfield will be more than pleased to welcome students and welcome visitors there. So this is 2100, yes, thank you, I saw. So this is 2154M. This is also one of the legend of Soviet and Russian aviation, and we are now inside. Yes, you can see instrument board, also onboard computer, landing gear release and retract button, yes. We see fire protection system, flaps, control, stick, pedals, crowbars, horns, steering wheel, and other special equipment for the control of aircraft. Because as you mentioned before, guys, you are totally right, because previously there were no such, I don't know, electrical opportunities, yes, because our world is still developing, and that's it. It was a really, I think, it was a, for those days, probably for the end of 20th century, these aircrafts like, oh my God, it's an aircraft, and the capacity probably more than 200 people, and it was crazy thing. But nowadays, it's such a normal thing. So this is 2154M. It was the most popular in Soviet Union and Russia time. So actually some of these models, 2154M, they are still in exploitation. They're still in exploitation. It is used by Russian military force and for medical services, actually. So yes, that's it. So the capacity of this airfield is approximately 170 passengers. And there are 3 jet engines in the tail unit. So yes. And actually, this aircraft that we saw before, it landed at this airfield by his own in 2010. In 2010, it's landed on this airfield by his own. So it's flight to Samara city and just landed on this airfield. So that's it. It's standing here only for 11 years, probably, yeah. So this is, here you can see the picture of 254. Previously it was 254M, like modification. This one is 254. The first flight of this aircraft was in 1968, if I'm not mistaken, yes. So here you can see that there are also 3 jet engines in the tail unit, yes. If you will compare, for instance, with the first aircraft like Li-2 or An-2, you saw that engines were placed like on the wings, yes, in the middle part of aircraft. But 2154, it has engines on the tail unit, yes. And if you have a look, you will see that the tail unit is totally different from other aircrafts. I think it's a really great fact, because there are many schemes of aircraft and so on. So now we just see the Mi-6. It was a Soviet heavy multi-purpose helicopter. It was created in the second half of the 1950s when the lunar mobile missile systems were adopted in the Soviet Union. And it was used for transportation, like many things. And it was heavy-duty helicopter, actually. It was a heavy-duty helicopter. Flight duration is less than 3 hours of this helicopter, and it was exported from the middle of 60s till the end of 70s. So in the beginning of 60s, it was actually the first machine in the world to overcome the speed of 300 kilometers per hour, and it was considered the maximum speed for helicopters at the time. And a total around 16 or 15 world records were set on this helicopter, on the Mi-6 helicopter. So yes. The next one, it's also another helicopter, but I think that we won't stand here for the long time, probably. I guess so, because it's Mi-24, it's like military helicopter, and you've seen that the color was khaki. It's like military purposes. So that's it. This aircraft is Tu-104. The first Soviet jet passenger aircraft, the first one jet passenger. It's released at the end of 1959. It made its first flight in January in 1960. So, yes, that's it. And between 1968 and October 1958, it was the only operational jet passenger airliner in the world. The capacity is approximately from 50 passengers up to 100 passengers. Yes, that's it. So, actually, there is a curious fact about this aircraft. Khrushchev, the leader of the Soviet Union at the middle of 1950s, he really liked this aircraft. He really enjoyed. He was like inspired by this aircraft, and he decided by all means to fly on it to Great Britain in 1956. And since the project had not even been completed, the government tried to persuade Khrushchev to abandon such plans. Yes, because it was dangerous. However, by order from above, the Tu-104 was driven into the British capital. The arrival of the Soviet airlining, according to the British press, had a really huge effect because it was the first Soviet jet passenger aircraft. So yes, that's it. Here is Mi-8. This is Mi-8 helicopter, the most spread in the world. And more than 100 countries still still use this helicopter. I think you probably seen some of these helicopters in your museums or in your countries or in the sky. I guess so, because it is the most spread. Yes, this is the most spread helicopter in the world. So let's continue. This is An-12. It also was constructed by Antonov Construction Bureau. It serves as an educational tool at the airfield, as other aircrafts, yes, of Samara University. So An-12 is a military, actually. It was created for military purposes. It's a military airplane. And now it's still produced in Ukraine. And it has 4 piston engines, not 2 or not 3. It has 4 piston engines and huge cockpit. Such aircraft are still flying, and it has actually a unique construction, yes, of wheels. Yes. It can land on different ground. It could be field, it could be grass, ice, it doesn't matter. So probably that's the reason why military services really like this aircraft, I guess so. So this is Yak-42. Yak-42. Short-haul 3-engine passenger aircraft also was developed in the USSR in the mid-1970s to replace the technically obsolete Tu-134. So in total, there were only approximately like 180 copies of the Yak-42. So yes, it was actually not the spread. And you can see that the construction is totally similar to 104. Yes. This is probably the last aircraft that we will be able to see today. This is plane L-410, Turbolet. It was designed for the carriage of passengers, mails, and cargoes, and the manufacturer was LET Aircraft Industries. It was in Czech Republic. Yes. It was the first foreign aircraft allowed to fly, that was allowed to fly in the USSR, because as I mentioned before, the Soviet aviation was like the powerful one in the world. So this is just the class where you can just study, and you can see many schemes of engines, of aircrafts, and so on. So this is our first part of excursion, when we've seen many aircrafts, helicopters, and so on. And probably I would like to answer your questions if you have, yes? If you have any questions, you can just turn on your mic. You can text them in our chat, and I will be more than pleased. So maybe we will stop a little bit, and I will answer your questions. So I see the question, where is this located? In the beginning, I told that this starting airfield, it's located near to the city. It's like in the suburbs of Samara city. For instance, when I was a student, I went there, and I spent approximately like 1 hour from the university to reach the airfield. So it's like 1 hour by bus. So it's located in Zubchaninovka, probably you know, Smyshlyivka, because Ansa visited Samara city. So yes, that's it. It's like located in the suburbs, and you can just take 1 hour to reach the airfield. Any other questions?
Hello, can you hear my mic?
Yes, I can hear you. What's the question?
I read about this plane named, it was in Soviet time also, Ekranoplan. Is it, they said the plane is not, is discontinued. Have you heard about Ekranoplan?
Could you please repeat the question, because it was like a lower, could you please repeat? No, you can turn on your mic, because it was like the volume. Okay.
Hello, is it clear?
Thank you.
Can you tell more about the plane named Ekranoplan?
No plan. Well, I see that you know Russian. Yes? Ekranoplan. All right. Actually, I'm not that good at the history of... yes, I see Ekranoplan. I got it, yes. So actually, Ekranoplan, how we can translate it actually in English? Probably it will be like ground effect vehicle, something like that, I guess so. Yes, Ekranoplan. We had actually some special clubs for these aircrafts, I guess so. It's a vehicle, if I'm not mistaken. You can just add something. If I'm not mistaken, it's a vehicle that can move over the surface by getting some support from the water, right? So it's like water aircraft, or it's like hydroplane, right? Something like that. So it can land on the water. And unfortunately, here on our airfield, we have aircrafts. Most of them, they can ground only to the field. But as I mentioned before, An-12, it was in the end of our excursion. An-12, it can ground on different grounds. But unfortunately, if you would like to land on the water, you need some special gearboxes, you need some special wheels, such like ski, something like that. So that's it. I hope that I understood your question. Yeah, thank you. So yes, we have Ekranoplan. It's like hydroplane. Thank you. Do you have any other questions? Nope. Yes. What's the answer? All right, I think if you will have any questions... Oh, can we take pieces as souvenirs? You mean pieces of aircrafts or helicopters? I think it's forbidden, Enzo. I think it's forbidden because it's such like an exhibit, and you need to keep something like... Otherwise, there will be no chance for students to practice. Yep, because they need to repair, they need to start engines and so on. So I think it's not a good idea. but it was a funny question, actually. Yeah, any other questions?
Just to to tell about just my question just now. So I have read the Ekran plan. This is the image, as you can see. Uh, so this is one of the Soviet projects that I because it says that it one of because the Americans did not copy this, so I think this is a very special plane for Soviet Union. So that's it. I think it is interesting, the plane.
Totally agree. It's really interesting because I guess that maybe in Soviet Union time, not Russian time, it was really spread and was really popular for those who were really interested in aviation. So it's like, I mean, the exploitation, the creating of hydroplanes, of ekranoplanes, it's really different. It's totally various, yes? So, yes. Any other, Danya, any other questions? No? No questions. All right. I think we will come back. We will back to the questions probably later. So let's go on. All right. So I also would like to thank you for being with me, with us on the airfield. And if you will have any other questions after the end of our cultural program, I will also be more than lucky to answer. But now we will talk a little bit about the Samara Arena Stadium, as I mentioned in the beginning. Yep, in the beginning of our cultural program. So this is Arena Stadium. It was built especially for the FIFA World Cup in 2018. Samara Arena is also known as the Space or Cosmos Arena because of the shape, because it looks like some special space object, probably, because you can see that the shape is like, I don't know, like satellite or something like that. Yes. So the stadium was one of the venues for the 2018 FIFA World Cup, and it also hosts our Вперед за крылья! Enzo! Yes, you know. And it also hosts a football club Крылья Советов. Крылья Советов, it's a local football club of Samara City, of the Russian Premier League, or nowadays Russian Football National League. So, something like that. So the capacity of the stadium is approximately 44,000 spectators. Yes. And Samara Arena hosted 6 matches of the FIFA World Cup. It was 4 group stage matches, including the match of the Russian national team, as well as 1/8 of the final between Brazil and Mexico. And as we know, Brazil was the winner of that match. And it also hosted quarterfinal between England and Sweden. And England won in that match. So the diameter of stadium exceeds the diameter of the Moscow Luzhniki Stadium. It was one of the biggest stadium, and the diameter is approximately 330 meters. Yeah, approximately like that. So here you can see that we again took off from the ground and we use our drone. It's also one kind of aircraft that is used for taking some videos or pictures. So we use our drone for taking these pictures during the winter time, because this video was taken the January. It was taken in the January, and you can see that this is winter Samara, or like winter space near the stadium. Here you can see some numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4. They are lightning, something like that. This is a special pedestrian road from the stop of the tram stop to the stadium. So people just can have a walk there. So there are the numbers from 1 till 9. 9 stands on the tram stop, and 1 is beginning close to the stadium. So you can just have a walk there and just enjoy the atmosphere of the night, atmosphere of the winter or summer, whatever you would like to do. So yes, that's it. And here you can see the huge numbers. And we call this place, we are Samara citizens, we call it like last mile. We call like last mile. So this is the pedestrian zone from the stops, from the stations to the stadium. So also some facts about Samara Arena Stadium. The main architectural feature of the stadium in Samara is its metal dome inspired by space exploration. And I guess that later in the next video we will see this special dome. Yes. So the natural grass field is equipped with the heating and automatic irrigation systems, because you see on this video that everything is covered by snow and everything is covered by ice. So it's really essential for the owners of the stadium to keep grass in really wealthy conditions, right? Because the football season will start at the end of winter, and it still will be a little bit cold, so there should be really nice conditions for the grass. So that's why there have many special things like an automatic irrigation systems and so on. So the western and the northern ends of the stadium, they have special entrances and parking spaces for vehicles that just deliver players to the stadium. That's it. So this is the next video, and here you can see a little bit closer the stadium. Initially, the area of the stadium was planned approximately like 27 hectares, but it was changed to approximately like 200 hectares, and then up to 1,000 hectares. So the territory is really huge, and the stadium, it also stands like in the suburbs of Samara city. You can use public transport to reach the stadium. You can use tram, bus, I don't know what else, taxi, and so on. So it's like from the Samara University, you will take only around 40 probably minutes by car to reach the stadium. So it's like close, like Airfield. It's also really close. So yes, that's it. That's it. This is our stadium, and you can see that the roof, it's also covered by snow, because everything in the winter is covered by snow because it's cold and it's snowing approximately like twice in the week. So yes, that's it. So also I would like to add that the football world highly appreciated the new stadium in Samara, and tickets to the World Cup matches allocated to the arena were sold out instantly. And there is an interesting fact. The plan for the construction of the complex meant the opening of 2 new streets near the stadium. 4 lanes of traffic on the street, and Dalna, one of the streets, deal with the huge car traffic ahead of the matches. Because it's like, you know, often all those streets that are close to the stadium during the matches, they are fully crowded, yes? So the construction cost included the construction of a tram line, special tram line, parallel to the Moscow highway. So Nasrul, I see your question. Why there are no people there? Is it because the area is closed? No, it's open. It's open. Actually, I think it was like winter holidays, and it was like night or late evening. So probably that's the reason that there is no people, because it could be freezing in winter. So I guess it's not a good idea to have a walk during the evening time when it's minus 25 Celsius degrees outside during the night, because you need to take the tram or you need to use your car. And as I said before, it's like in the suburbs of Samara city. So yes, something like that. And here you can see that the shape of the stadium looks like an unidentified flying object, right? Like UFO. Am I right? or like some special space object. So that's it. And as I mentioned before, here you can see the dome, yes, inspired by space exploration. There is a huge hole in the middle, the huge hole special for probably the good condition systems on the air, on the field, yes. So yes, that's it. This is our arena stadium, Samara Arena Stadium. Maybe we will go to the next video, and then what we will see, yes, we will see a cosmonaut. It stands near the arena stadium. And during the winter holidays, it was a really popular place because there are many such winter activities and so on. So yes, and as we mentioned before, Samara Arena Stadium is a popular place for walkings. Yes. So that's it. That's it. Unfortunately, this is the end of our excursion. And hello there again, who just saw me. Hello, all our friends. Because I've seen Nasrul all the time. He was like with camera and Ramadan and Fernando in the beginning, but others, it will be pleased if you, I will be very pleased if you will switch on your cameras just to tell you hello. Oh, thank you. Hello, guys. Hello, guys.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to see you.
Thanks for your
Thanks.
lecture. Thank you.
I see that there are some friends from the soft skills school. I hope that you enjoyed your class today, and some of you will have classes only after our cultural program. So guys, do you have any questions regarding the aviation or probably airfield or any, I don't know, any questions? I will be more than pleased to answer.
Can we still go to see matches of the Крылья Советов?
Yes, yes. But maybe the capacity probably approximately like a half of the capacity because it's like coronavirus times, you know. So just come to Samara and we will go to the match.
Nice.
Great.
I still have my footballka just in case.
Oh, wow, great. Even me, Samara citizens, I don't have any footballka from the Крылья Советов.
But you're from Samara, right?
Right. I'm Samara citizen.
But why don't you have a footballka of the Крылья Советов?
Because I'm not a good fan of our local team. Because I'm a girl. I'm a girl, sorry.
No problemo.
Guys, any other questions or nope? No, no questions. All right, all right. I'm so happy to see your faces finally. It's a great pleasure for me to see all of you. Oh, hello, who just switched on the camera. So guys, I see, hello. So I see that unfortunately our time will be over soon. So we still have approximately like several minutes. And if you want to just chat a little bit, we will be happy. And also I have a question for you. In the beginning of our schools, we played Mafia game. Do you remember? We played Mafia game. And I have a question for you. Would you like to play Mafia game again or not? So one thumbs up. What about others? Okay. Oh, I see that you would like to play Mafia again, right? So maybe we can play Mafia one of the days, probably on Saturday or probably other days. So thank you, because I think that Mafia or playing games is such a good communication thing to just meeting each other, right? To get know about others, because there are so many people from different countries, different backgrounds, different schools in general. And I will be more than pleased if you will get know each other. So that would be great. I think we will have some cool and fun time together. So, any other questions or nope? It's a pity, but it's all right. So thank you guys for being with me, with us today during our cultural tour. I hope you liked our excursion to the airfield. It's like, I don't know, a heart of Samara University, something like that. And see you tomorrow during our next cultural program. So it was a pleasure for me to be your guide. So see you tomorrow and bye-bye. Пока-пока.
Bye.